Hello, peoples. This is Ryan, the director.
And I'm Reagan, and I was editor and co-director.
Yeah, we both did a whole boatload of stuff on this production, Forgotten. So, we are going to buzz over the whole thing and comment on such things as need commenting.
Yes, and enlighten you about various things that we made mistakes on and try to fix as best we could.
Yeah, like the first time we did this lantern scene, we slowed it down uber mega super too much, and it looked really weird.
Yes,
that was
it was
fixed.
terrible.
Oh,
so look at
cool.
that.
I like the shiny effect. It's shiny.
Who was the editor who did such an amazing job?
I don't know. The director who approved that was great.
Yeah, really. Yep. It was brilliant. Yes.
Look which way the ambulance is pointing.
Okay. And it's pointing away from them.
Very careful observation there.
Yeah, we'll come back to that.
Oh, by the way, something horrible happened to the producer. She's right there in the wheelchair, and she's getting wheeled out of the hospital.
And you can't really see her, but in the other medical clinic that we shot, she's actually a patient in the background. If you look very carefully, you can see her.
That's coming up before too long.
And this we shot on our first day, and we didn't know what we were doing as much as we should have. So it could have been a little better.
And look in the window. The ambulance is turned around.
Yes, in the reflection.
So because it drove away, then drove back for some strange cosmic reason.
Yeah. We wanted to actually get the paramedics on, but that did not work out.
That was a no-go.
Yeah. And also with this, it was a bit cloudy and really windy, and so the lighting changed drastically. So sometimes it's shadowed, and other times it's very bright. You can see it right there. It just changed. And now it's shadowed. And so we had to, in post-production, go back and change that and actually make it look like it happened all at the same time, even though it was filmed over a long period.
And Reagan and I were walking backwards over rough terrain, trying to film individual shots, so it's a little bumpy as a result.
Which some of it was stabilized later, but it still didn't look too amazing.
Lighting change. And just off of frame, on the back of the wheelchair, the recorder is taped to the back of the wheelchair with electrical tape to get dialogue.
And it did amazing.
That worked pretty well. The mighty little recorder, which is what we're using right now.
Yes, and which we lost on the last day of filming, and we'll get to that.
That's later. That's later.
Yeah, that's later.
Help me. What she says.
Yes.
Yes, and isn't Abby actually somewhat of an actor?
Yes, she has done some theater, and she was awesome to work with.
She was one of the best actors we had.
Both of these were amazing. You would tell them to do a take, and you did it once, and you were done. That's how good they were. I don't think they messed up those lines once when we did that.
Yep, and Anya's fictional mom and dad right there are actually married.
That was hard, but we had our faith in the Lord Jesus. That was enough.
Oh, top corner in the little shelf thingy. There is a set of Russian dolls.
Yes.
Russian Bible, yes! And that was the most expensive thing we brought with this whole production.
Outside of all of our thousands of dollars of equipment, that was the most expensive prop.
That was beforehand. Hey look! The Russian Bible again!
Yay!
Take note of that every single time it comes on.
And unfortunately it's the very same Bible that's in scene 12, but, hopefully nobody cares.
But hey, it's all Russia, they're all Bibles. So
and this...
You've got to love these effects.
Yes, when we filmed this was a very stressful day, and we were very, very patient.
This was at the end of a day, and we were fighting light.
Like crazy. So I actually had to change a lot of the lighting in the editing stage, and then add a weird color grade to make it look all dark and scary, and almost night, maybe a little bit of evening cast, which is what we were going for. Well, we filmed it around in the afternoon, so. And Anna, if you're listening to this, we're really sorry about not getting the fall. She did fall really hard on gravel, and we missed it. Our cameras were not pointed that direction. Oh, and there too, she got really dirty, and that landed really hard.
That was a good fall, Anna.
And then we're like, wait, that was great! Do it again, because it wasn't quite right.
Oh, this is me.
Yes.
Yeah, don't worry, I only maybe did not hit her. That's not me. That's Noah.
Yes. And he did a good rebel job.
Yeah. He's a rebel at heart.
And this we actually shot on the first day as well, because our first set was a little delayed, so we did this while we were waiting. And
Right next to their house.
so this was our first experience working with Anna, who plays Anya, obviously. She was phenomenal. I tell you what, we did one take and we were done. I mean, like, that's, yeah, she was very, very good.
Quite the fantabulous actor. Oh, yep, and then me and Reagan lent the ow sound effects to people getting shot.
Some yelling.
Hey look, John! Brother of the editor.
Yes. He did a very good Russian
The
soldier.
Russians, they
This is 2 different shots put together. These are 2 different shots put together.
And if you notice in the rafters, it doesn't quite line up, so it kind of gives the effect the roof is pitched, but it's actually not.
Oh, shoot, we missed the producer. She was on the right, on the beds.
Oops.
Look! Miriam's in the back!
Yay!
Whoa!
She is actually an EMT, and we tried to get her in as many shots as we could because she wanted to be an actor so bad. But all the roles were full, so.
So, she played very good behind the scenes. There she is again, there she goes!
And she's putting an IV on that one, actually.
Yeah, very professionally.
And this is Aslan, obviously, who plays the part of Jace, and he did very well as well.
I think this is one of his first acting things, obviously, as was for a lot of people.
He did a very, very small role on the film before this that Unashamed Productions made. He was on for about 3 seconds as an extra, so that really doesn't count. So he dove right in and did a great job helping us out with sets and whatever we needed.
He was a great clapperboard person.
Yes, he was. Because we never really had a designated clapper. It was just whoever was around would grab the sticks and snap them together, and we called it good. So, I don't know. Not very professional, but who cares?
It worked.
Yeah. Look at the result. It's phenomenal.
Second war. They didn't learn from the first one.
And this is true. If you've heard of the movie Behind Enemy Lines,
That's also based on this. It's a very intense war movie, and it's based on the rebellion in Chechnya. That gives a very good glimpse of
In the
what
late
it was
90s.
like, for the people there.
Yay!
That's
That synced so wonderful. That was all one sound effect clip,
because
and it just went perfect.
the wind was so bad, our audio was totally useless, so we had to record all that sound later. Oh, Mim, she's in the background.
there she is again.
Doing another IV.
The indoor lighting was actually kind of hard on the cameras, so the somewhat strange lighting in parts and the in and out focus is because of indoor lighting and the vast expanses of white sheets. It kind of threw the focus for a loop.
Which made my job very hard, because in post-production you would get these shots. One was very yellow, and then one was very red, and then one was very bright, and one was very dark, and you had to make them look like they were shot all in a sequence when they actually weren't, because the lighting in there was very terrible. We didn't have time to really control it.
Especially there. I think that's probably the worst focusing mistake in the whole blasted movie.
Yeah. Like this shot, for example, was extremely yellow and going in and out of focus, but we were able to fix most of that.
I guess you're right.
Oh, and we put hair gel in Aslan's hair and tried to give him a 5 o'clock shadow a little bit to make him look older.
Because in reality, he's not as old as... I'm not sure how old his character is supposed to be. What is his character, like 20 or something?
Oh, he's supposed to be like early 20s, I believe, and I think he's, what, 15?
16.
16?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right, 16.
But he did really well. I mean, he handled himself quite much better.
There's an outtake there earlier.
Yes.
Mess up.
Check the bloopers, please.
And make sure that you pay attention to her black eye, Anya's black eye, which we had to apply before every shooting day where she was beat up like this.
Yes. And if you watch carefully, look at this. Right. Oh,
She
there,
falls.
Anya
Yep.
just
She steps in
about
a hole.
fell down. But it was our best takes. We're like, hey, let's use it anyway. Nobody will notice.
Adds realism.
Yes, and it does.
We actually had to start a fire, then put it out, so
To make it,
the fire pit looked half decent.
And this, again, the sun was going in and out of clouds. So you'd have blinding sunlight one moment and then nice and shadowy, which is what we wanted. So we went and got this large, clear tarp thingy-doodle and held it up as a giant shade, because none of our shading equipment was nearly sufficient. And it was huge. So most of this is actually with a giant shade.
Like 9 by 9 or something like that.
Yeah, it was quite large. So we had a couple of guys come in for that. And And again, in post, we had to make it look like it was all filmed once. Like these 2 takes were done at different times.
Yeah, and all
Obviously.
of Jace's lines right there are ADR.
Yes, those, because the leaves made so much noise, we couldn't use any of his lines.
We're back to check on you guys every day, alright?
If you carefully pay attention to the right of the current shot, throughout most of the scenes at the campsite, people are holding cut down trees to try and help block out light, to give it sort of a partial shade look. See, you can see it shaking just the hair off the right.
There's a bit of a cedar tree, just barely sticking in.
They actually helped out quite a lot in spots that wasn't covered by the big shade.
Right, and because it gave it a natural forest look, which was just phenomenally great. And then this, as well, was supposed to be in the evening. Obviously, it looks like evening, and it wasn't. It was filmed right in the middle of the afternoon. But we had a cloud cover for this first shot.
The lighting effects went wonderful on that one.
And then this right here was nice and bright, and we toned it down to make it look like it was evening.
Have I been asleep? No.
Several hours. The doctor said let you rest, though.
Thank you. And
that shot particularly was very bright, but looking at it now, I can't even tell.
Yeah, I actually forgot that one was bright.
Yeah. Also, for movies, colors are huge. So, like, during the montages, we gave it a dark, contrasted blue look to, feel cold and a little bit scary, especially during the kidnapping and beatings. And then when they were in Russia, here at the campsite, I would remove a lot of the reds and desaturate a lot of the coloring. So most people probably can't even tell. I'm the one who did it, and I about can't tell myself. But it looks so much better because it gives that feel of it being a cold place, a scary place, so much better than the original. And then, of course, American shots we made vivid and look warm to give the sense that, this is Mindy's home and it's not in turmoil, which we should always be thankful for.
Dear God, I thank you for the food.
And make no mistake, we filmed this whole thing in HD.
Yes. So the file sizes were enormous.
Oh yeah, we had around, what was it, 60 gigs? Or so of final raw footage when we left Kentucky, which is where all this is filmed, which we're from Tennessee, by the way.
And then when everything, with all the effects and everything done, I have over 360 gig just in this 35-minute movie, which is enormous in my mind. Given that the first Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring, which is about a 3.5-hour movie, the uncut edition was like twice that long, I believe, was a little under a terabyte in size when they were done. So I feel pretty amazed that this was over 360 gig and it's only 35 minutes.
Every time a scene came up where she was eating something or some food was brought out in some capacity, like right here and that kind of stuff, I always got hungry. I did.
Yes, because we were running all over the place and eating lunch in 3 minutes, and not eating breakfast and all this kind of things because we were so busy.
Every single daylight minute we were filming, and then when the sun went down, we would stay up till around 11 at least, editing and getting everything on the computer,
and ready to go for the next day.
Get back up in time to start filming in the morning. So
right, and then this looks like morning, but this was shot at the exact same time as that previous scene that looked like it was evening. Though I think it was different days, but same time on the clock.
I think they were different days.
I think, they were different days.
Just depending on the cloud cover and just other things. Time of day did change a little bit. This is right next to a field. So
if you would turn 180 degrees, you would see this big field. And I don't think you can see it on. Oh, there's another.
Tree. See, the tree was not there before entirely. So there's kind of trees hopping around and everything.
But it's enough background. People will probably never notice. We hope.
You just spilled the beans there.
I'm sorry.
Oh, I like that shot. I like that angle.
Yay! There's another good angle.
So, brought food medicine. Isn't he kind? Jace is so caring.
Oh yeah, he's. I have to say, out of all the characters, I really think I like him the most. He's so matter of fact and kind of takes things practically. And
I've never entirely thought about it. I'm not sure who my favorite character is in this whole movie.
Man, that's a tough one. I really enjoyed Anya's character as well.
Her
somebody who's been through a rough time but still comes out strong. She was really cool. But I personally like Jace for some reason. I don't know why exactly, but he was, for one thing, he was a blast to work with, of course. Everybody was, but his character is so straightforward, it's just great.
Yeah, he's even interested in the editing part. Watched us, how we did some of that and asking questions and things.
He even helped us out that one day, actually. He
helped speed it up.
sorted things out for us and everything while we were filming, so that gave us a
Oh,
start.
oh, we just missed it. Just before this, there was a bee that flew next to the camera and buzzed around and around and around the camera. Fortunately, we had 2 cameras going on it.
Yes.
So one we could still use, but you could actually see the bee fly in front of the lens towards the camera. And that, even though I was operating the camera that didn't have the bee, I was laughing and almost shaking the camera because I knew the other camera was in peril. So that was hilarious.
If you check the bloopers, I believe we stuck it in somewhere.
Yeah,
look carefully
look
for that buzzing.
the bee scene.
It's it was hilarious actually. Oh, and this right here is the giant sunshade is on them, though you can't really tell. But
It covers the whole
you can
thing
see
pretty well.
a bit of the shadow, maybe just a little bit.
If you see an incredibly long, straight edge of shadow and shade,
Yeah.
that's probably from the shade. You can sort of see it just above Anya's head.
Yeah, just a bit.
Pay no attention to the fact that she said, I'm going to go get food, and she comes back with water.
This is later on in the day, so don't worry about that. Again, sunshade was used for this
Oh,
one.
yeah, you can see the
which
shade in this
actually, we had to cut that scene a little short. That
because
angle,
it was
because it got on frame.
like a centimeter off frame, literally.
Yeah. There you can see the edge. A little bit on the left.
Yeah, there were a few points where the bandage on her head, on Anya's head, was kind of sliding down to her eyes. Fortunately, this was not one of the times.
Yeah.
You bring Bible? Oh no, I didn't. Sorry.
Well, is there room in that notebook?
She's on a trip without a Bible.
Yes.
How could she?
Which really is kind of the classic American Christian idea of Bible. We kind of don't realize how valuable it is, and
Sure, yeah, I'll go
often
first.
don't take it with us. And that's kind of Mindy's mistake. She's kind of just your average, whatever Christian. And I find this scene probably the most powerful. Kind of showing in America what we have, but we miss so much, as simply having a Bible, simply being able to go to church, and just forgetting how amazing that really is, not being persecuted for that.
In terms of relating to people that have access to Bibles and the verses and everything like that, this is probably the most powerful scene. Like earlier scenes highlight the persecuted church, but this scene kind of brings home that we can read it ourselves, but Anya doesn't even have a Bible, and she knows her Bible better than Mindy, who has full access to it.
Yeah.
So this scene really has a whole lot of punch for that.
Oh yeah, and the really sad fact is we have constant access to the Bible online on our smartphones, tablets, audio. We got audio Bibles galore. We have over 100 Bible translations just in English, and an average of I think 5 or 6 in each household, Christian or not, in America. And yet we have literally millions of people just in China or just in India who have never even seen a Bible. And that's kind of the punch what we're trying to tell people here is, hey, do something to help out.
Sorry, I guess I can get out of the way.
The only hope Mindy would have had to write all that down is if she had known shorthand or something. Like writing a couple hundred words per minute. See, the bandage is starting to slide down to her eyes a little
Just
bit.
a little bit.
But, oh well.
We never really see what's under that bandage, by the way. I always wondered why. I guess I never asked. What is under that white thing? There.
I don't know.
Some kind of bloody wound or something.
Hair, forehead, etc. Yeah, maybe we should put some fake blood on that or
We
something. But
probably
well.
should have.
Yeah,
But we didn't.
That would have helped.
Oh well.
We actually did make up some fake blood for when Quentin / Anya's father dies and gets shot. We
we
had
never
some
used it
fake
then.
blood already, but we just never used it.
Yeah,
We
that's
didn't need
kinda
it.
sad.
Yeah, it turned out pretty good too.
Oh, it looks so
It
real.
would have ruined
Actually,
his coat though.
Anna, well, obviously, who's Anya in the movie, took it when she was washing dishes, I think, that night or something. And she said she was washing a knife and held up her finger all bloody. And her sister started freaking out. And she couldn't hold a straight face because it looked so real. It looked like real blood. And it was so sad we couldn't use it in the special features. I think it's Noah goes on about how we mixed up a couple of gallons and never used it, which is not true, but anyway.
Yeah, it was a small-ish container, but
Yeah.
oh well, we need to use something like that sometime for something.
Maybe the next one. Hey,
And-
who knows? We'll be making more of these, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah, of course. And this fabulous song here was recorded by the Lindsay family, who are acquaintances with the True family.
Right, who spearheaded this whole thing.
Yes.
They also did
for
some
Unashamed Productions, the True family.
Yeah. Yeah, either or. Oh, there's a cedar tree, top left corner.
Oh, yeah, it's
Barely.
actually fallen over.
Barely.
Great, Scott. I've never noticed that.
I could have maybe scaled it up and got rid of it, but I figured
well.
I'll be able to never see.
It would have made this commentary more boring if you'd gotten rid of it.
But anyway, yeah, the Lindsay family did the songs for the last film Unashamed Productions did, which we were not a part of. Really sadly, actually. I guess we weren't aware of them at that point.
Yeah, I don't think we were aware of each other's existence at that
Yeah,
point.
and so they did a few fabulous songs for that as well, and we came on this one like, hey, are they? Yeah, they're doing more, so that was really cool.
And they also do the song at the end of this one.
Is a lamp to my feet today, a light to guide each step of the way. Precious words of living truth, judging my thoughts and heart.
And it's really funny, if people could read lips and actually see what they're saying, they would be completely confused.
Oh, yeah.
Because they were just saying gibberish at this point.
It's kind of like at the beginning, forgot to say this, but when Anya's with her whole family in that living room setting, and her father's reading out of the Bible, he was saying stuff like watermelon, hippopotamus, and everything, just to keep his mouth moving. So
Oh, I know. Yeah, and I think that's in the blooper reel. How many takes do we do? Like 4 of
a
that?
lot.
There
Quentin was a
nothing-
goofball. He
Yeah.
just kept making everybody laugh, laughing himself.
And it was like, it was such an easy shot. You know, hey,
Yeah.
Quentin, grab a Russian Bible and
But
just
there's
start
something about him.
saying
Everybody
words.
laughed as soon as they looked at him.
And so he's like, well, I can't say English words. So he starts saying hippopotamus, watermelon, random words. And everybody starts laughing their heads off. And so we're like, okay, settle down, try again. It didn't work. Everybody started laughing until eventually he just read Genesis 1.
we got it done eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is supposed to be in the morning.
Here
And it
comes
looks like
Chase.
morning, even though it was not filmed in the morning.
No, it was not.
These were all filmed in the afternoon, I believe. Even though they're...
Anya, here's my iPod I was
Oh,
telling you
and
about.
look at Anya's reaction to this iPod.
Yeah,
This
it's-
is hilarious.
Once it switches, just
Because she
watch
was
it.
like, well, what do I do with this thing? Because you're given a prop and you're not really told what to do with it. And so here she is in the background.
Maybe she's trying to play the naive Russian. It's like, what is
She's
this?
probably trying to play Angry Birds or something.
Yeah.
Look at this. She's just like looking at it.
Oh,
flipping
she's sliding
it
the thumb
over.
across. She knows how to use it.
Anyway, it just kind of cracked me up when I looked at this. Like, wait a minute, we never really thought about that.
You know
What does she do
Bibles
with
were
the
legal
thing?
here? They had one for their entire church that they kept hidden. Jace, do you read the Bible?
Yeah, you better ask him that.
Mhm.
Well, I've heard the Bible read a little bit. in
Jason's
church.
kind of
I've
your
read a few verses
average
here and there,
American
but I don't see how anyone can memorize
non-Christian
this much of it.
who has respect for Christianity,
God's
has heard
word
the
is
Bible
very
read, maybe been to
important
church on
to
the
me.
holidays, that kind of
A
thing,
verse that
but
might
never
explain
really
is,
made it
"Your word
real
is a lamp
on a personal
unto my
level.
feet and a
Just
light
more of
unto
an
my
intellectual
path."
level. Yeah, I think
God's
that's
word is
true,
true.
or whatever.
It is
And
the truth
one of our
that changes.
one of our goals in this was
Jace, you said you went to
to
church.
tell Christians, hey, get out of your shell
Do
and tell
you have
these
a
people,
relationship with Jesus
hey,
Christ?
it's more than just thinking Christianity is a good
Well,
religion. It's
I
more
know
than
the
that.
story about
It's
Jesus
more than that. It's
being
more of a
born in
lifestyle.
manger
It's
and dying on a
uh,
cross,
about a
but I
personal
wouldn't say I have
relationship
a
with God.
relationship with him.
What do you think happens when someone dies? Do you think there is heaven and hell?
Yeah, I believe there's both.
Do you think you will go to heaven when you die?
Yeah, I mean,
Great reaction there. It's a, yeah.
Like I said,
Yeah, that
Jason's
just
character,
fits.
he's so straightsaid and
The Bible it says
says what he
all have
thinks.
sinned
And
and fall
Matter of
short
fact.
of the glory of God.
takes things as they
And
come.
James says
It's great,
that
especially
there is no
we never
righteous.
used this particular angle,
Everyone
but
is
when
similar
Anya
to
in
us.
scene 10 comes running up and says, there's rebels here,
And
he just kind of stands there and blankly looks at her like, no big deal. So we,
like, what
we
are you
really
freaking
couldn't
out
use
over?
that. We're like, well, that's a little bit too calm for saying there's rebels across the river, which is like, just walk from here.
Let's go.
So we cut that angle. Oh, and the reason why you don't see a profile
I mean,
of him
I've lied a
earlier
couple
was
times.
because there was
I
a
stole
super
some things when I
annoying
was a
plane
kid.
that like hovered
Oh yeah.
right above us for like 3 minutes straight and
Why
ruined
not? I
the
mean,
first half of his lines. He
maybe
did
if
great
we
on his lines,
do
but this
something really
stupid
bad, like
plane.
murder
It's pretty quiet, but still,
You
it
could
was
hear it.
enough
It was
there.
bad. It was like-
right above.
He must
It was like
punish
it
our
just
sin,
like it
just
stayed
as the
there
just judge
forever.
harsh criminals for that
And
wrong.
so, oh
We may
well.
have done good in our lives, but we have done bad as well. And God must punish for that wrong. In the Bible it says that the wages of sin is death.
Preach it, sister.
She does a good job too.
Lay it on thick.
Well, if that's true, I guess I'm in trouble.
You are in trouble, boy.
The inspiration from this comes from Way of the Master, wayofthemaster.com. And they had to do a TV series where they just grab some cameras, grab a mic, and go grab people on the streets in Los Angeles and start hitting them with some questions. You know, hey, what do you think about God? Is there heaven? Is there hell? And they get into some fabulous conversations. And they're really funny, too, in their own way. Some great humor, and we were trying to capture a little bit of that.
I've known the story.
Yeah,
about
kind of
Jesus
pattern
dying on
after
the cross,
what they've done
and all
is not
that,
be afraid to go
but
up
I've
and
never
tell
really
people.
thought about it being my sin. I have to go, but I'll think about what you said, and maybe when I get back to the States, I'll find a Bible and
Yeah, everybody's in coats and blankets and everything. And this was indeed December and extremely late November. But regardless, it was about mid-60s or so. Oh, there's a tree that was not there previously. That's being held by a person. So, but still, everybody's kind of burning up.
Especially Jace, he had a huge coat.
He had a big coat, and then Anya had a blanket on a lot.
A jacket and a blanket.
And then Sergei, played by John, his name is actually never said, actually.
Yeah.
But he had that big military jacket on. So.
Yeah, that was a really sweet military jacket, by the way. Just a little side note.
I got it for free. Ha ha ha.
So you helped with the sets.
Yep, I provided some props.
Oh, there you can see the field in the background.
Yep.
Just
see it through
vaguely a
some
little
trees.
bit.
Several of the trees weren't there. They were kind of cut and stuck there unceremoniously to extend the woods a little bit.
Right.
Let me get water and maybe we can talk more.
It's a trap.
Don't go. But she does, because you have to have water
Yep.
to live.
Then
Anya. Where's Mindy?
She went to go get water.
Is something wrong?
yep, something's wrong. Well, maybe. You just have to watch. See, watch. Bridge.
Oh, there's a bridge.
Right there.
Barely. Hey, who says they do not have bridges in Chechnya?
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
seriously.
big and blue and over the river, and they able to hold lots of cars. And
Yeah, so there was a bridge in
she
the
couldn't
background.
fill up the bucket hardly. There, it was so shallow and all those rocks.
Ooh, some good action music.
Action music, love it. See, there's Noah in front and Junior in the back.
Oh, Junior did a great rebel, man.
Yeah,
He was awesome.
he's big and intimidating. Hello, he's a nice guy.
In reality, he's a great dude. He's very calm and nice. It's great to work with him both.
Yep.
This was actually the only time when we were filming two sections of a scene simultaneously with different people. So Ryan was filming with Mindy at the river, and I'm further down the river, yelling at them from across the water to, walk this way or walk that way. We had to do it over and over because with the leaves crunching under their feet and the masks, they couldn't hear a thing. So sometimes they would walk really fast, and other times they would stand and pull their thumbs. So I kind of felt bad for them because I'm like screaming my head off to make them hear me.
But we did have two units running at the same time, which is
And that
pretty
was
good.
cool.
Oh, I got caught up in some thorns here filming that shot right there. That hurt, but
Yeah.
it was worth. No, that shot that was mine.
Yeah.
That hurt, but it worked.
And this was a very improvised location. It's the last day of filming, okay? And it's starting to get dark, which we wanted a bit of an evening look anyway.
But it was getting dark.
It was getting dark because there's hills and the sun's going behind the hills. And we're like looking frantically for our location because
glad you got
our
our
other
sign.
location just did not
Well,
work
I'm gonna
out.
miss you.
And some stuff just didn't go
I love
right.
that shot. Wait, hold on, I love that shot. That's my favorite shot of the whole movie, possibly. It's just the colors and the composition is. I want to jump up and cheer over that shot.
Go ahead.
Whoa! It's already passed.
Yeah. Anyway, so we found this shot, this location, within an hour of completely losing the daylight. And then we had to wait for the rest of the crew to get there. And then on top of it all, we lost our recording equipment. Just totally gone. And here it was mixed in the bags somewhere.
Yeah, it was in a pocket I already checked, but it
Yeah.
had shuffled itself into a compartment of the pocket that I did not know existed
exist.
in my camera bag.
Oh, wait. You gotta look back at this shot.
Yep,
of-
she had a ring on her hand when she
Okay,
waved.
that, and then look at this. Okay, right window, front window, you can see Ryan's boot. He laid on top of the roof
Yes.
with his camera to get this shot. You can see his boot right there.
I was looking at the camera upside down, trying to film Anya's face as she left, and that was
Right.
fun. That was on top as it was running.
And if you look in the behind the scenes, of course, we got to make sure to embellish that. In
Yes.
special features, we make sure and point
And
out.
that shot is from the first day of shooting.
Right.
We actually just kind of trimmed off and used it.
And this right here was also filmed the first day. Because obviously we only had Abby for one day, because she was only in 2 scenes. We're like, hey, let's just do all our scenes for the day. And we had a location outside the hospital where they would be taking a break, eating lunch, whatever. And that location, there was like these cool park benches and whatever, I don't know, nice shade trees. They were gone when we got there. I don't know why. They saw us coming and got rid of them.
Yeah, scared them.
So we went into the hospital, and our producer went in there, hey, can we use your break room? So we kind of took over the break room for, I don't know, half hour, 40 minutes.
It wasn't even a half hour, I don't think. We did this thing fast. We were
Because they
like
were so
running,
good.
and the camera battery died while we were doing it.
It was great. And the problem with this, though, is, again, indoor lighting, which was not ideal, and I had to try and fix that on the computer as best I could, which it looks a lot better now. But right in the middle of it, this freezer thingy contraption started going nuts and making these weird cranking noises.
Really quick, listen to what Mindy says.
Yesterday at the hospital, though. I showed him Anya's letter, and he's really happy to hear that his mother and
Did you
sister
catch
at the asylum too.
He is really happy.
Yeah, his
Right.
mother
His
and family.
Family. His,
Yeah,
not her.
that was
His.
a mistake. We didn't catch it a little later.
And
But
there was
well.
nothing we could do about it because we only did one take.
So wipe that from your memory. It never
It
happened.
never happened. Anyway, so this weird contraption is making all kinds of noise, and Jace, which is actually Aslan in real life, but his character was there
I think
helping
I'm
us.
gonna say one to
His
Anya so she
character.
can see what other
Aslan
people
was there,
do, too.
and he went over there banging on the thing trying to stop it. It didn't stop, so
Listen to
that
this.
noise in the background, just
If
pretend
you're
it's
caught with the Bible
actual
in Iran,
hospital
you
noise.
may be rejected by your
This
family
is
and
indeed
locked in
filmed
prison.
in the hospital
Now here you
that
may be beaten,
they're walking
abused,
around outside of,
and
so it's all the
nothing
same hospital.
Right.
So awful.
We were actually hoping to film inside the hospital for that conversation in scene one. But we realized you can't do that because you can't have patients on camera because of confidentiality purposes. And there was no way we could just shut down a whole hallway and say, hey, let us just have this hallway of your hospital in the ER for a little while, because they obviously need to keep that running.
And here.
So we had to go
It
outside.
has a prayer
Oh,
guide
well.
for persecuted Christians, and it says, "We are the answers to their
And I helped to
prayers."
supply some of the sound effects, like those magazines turning.
So powerful.
I helped out with those sound effects, and several other ones, like the slap from earlier when Anya's getting beaten up. That's about 4 different sounds layered, like a
Like a cake.
spatula hitting my hand and me punching a leather jacket.
Uh-huh.
So all that layered together made a slap on her face.
And this was not too fun to film simply because the lighting was very low and the cameras have to have adequate lighting.
Oh, same Bible. Look at that.
Same
Look at
Bible.
that.
And so we did our best, but it wasn't phenomenal because it was at night, so we had no window giving us lots of light, even though there's a window on the left. And Anna does a great job here, looking very emotional.
Yes.
Because this is what it would be like for some of these people to get a Bible.
It was incredibly hard to mess with that indoor lighting.
Yeah.
It was brutal.
Ah, yes.
Yep. And there
Credits
is one of the pivotal phrases of the whole movie.
That's pretty much what inspired this whole thing. And more information, obviously, right there. Voice the Martyrs and Open Doors, who do some phenomenal work.
Further resources.
Yeah. And then learning the Bible as well. Scripture memorization is very, very important, I believe.
In case you can never have a chance of a Bible for your own, of course.
Yeah. And then there's The Way of the Master. Definitely look them up and buy all their stuff because they're really, really good. Ah, there's
Directed
Renee
by-
Land. Yay.
Here I am.
Oh, and there's our producer.
And she came up with
Great.
most of this story.
She
and
like
everything.
wrote. Well, there she is. She wrote it pretty much, and Anna helped
And
her.
Anna, of course, is Anya.
And she did all the locations. She would get in there with whatever. And like for the
There's-
campsite scene, we need it to be all dirty and soiled. So she grabbed some dirt and started throwing it all over the tarp and just getting in there with the rest of us and helping us with sets. It was great.
Me and Reagan, the main camera guys, me the director of photography, and him helping me get all the shots and everything, and helping me direct some.
Yep.
Camera 1, camera 2.
And I was lead editor
Yep, lead editor.
and colorist, which is really
And all
fun
this other
job.
fun stuff.
Soundtrack compilers. Anna and Ryan spent forever going through soundtracks that we could possibly use. And there they are listed on the credits. And special thanks to all these people too who helped us do this. Like the town had to give us clearance to have 3 guys running around with guns, a couple of them with SKSs that are fully functional, and grabbing people in a dark alley and, you know, that kind of thing.
The light of the world shines on through the night. The light of the world shines on through the night.
And you gotta love that last part.
Oh yeah, we gave
Yes.
him a single card because she did the food for us, and that was just so nice.
And that is the movie.
Yes.
So, there you have it. Keep your eyes peeled for more from Unashamed Productions and R&R Productions, although we're about to go through a name change.
Possibly, yeah. But
So,
we are,
yes.
both of us should be on YouTube at this point, and we've got lots of cool stuff. Especially Ryan and I, we don't do as much the serious thing. We do kind of fun movies that are just good, clean hilariousness. But that's all practice for the big ones that are going to be amazing. So, anyway, thanks for watching it and listening to us ramble on about our experiences.
Yes, thank you
It's
for
been
putting
good.
up with us. Until next time.